Every child deserves a safe place to call home. But even in our area neighborhoods, many children slip through the cracks of society. Many are neglected, abused, or worse. But not at City House.
Janae was just 2 years old when she was brought to City House. She and her siblings were rescued by authorities during a drug raid on a meth house. Severely abused and neglected, Janae never cried, laughed, or showed any emotion. From the time she was born, she learned that no one ever answered her cries, so crying was useless. Living alone in a small, dark room, she had never left her crib or been exposed to sunlight, leaving her severely cross-eyed and unable to focus. She couldn't walk, stand, or crawl. But thanks to the love and care and attention at City House, after 3 months, Janae's eyes began to correct themselves. She began to crawl and stand on her own. She laughed for the first time. And when she cried, someone was there to wipe her tears.
Casey liked living in Frisco. School was great. He had good friends, and everything was fine with one big exception: his home life.
My dad had a drinking problem and became abusive. One night, he got carried away, and I ended up in the hospital.
A friend took in Casey and helped him find a job. Then one day, his school counselor told the 18-year-old about City House.
My counselor said there's a place in Plano that could help me out, give me somewhere to live, plus one-on-one counseling. City House has transformed my life.
Casey is a resident within the program now, pursuing a dream of working in the Coast Guard to become a neurosurgeon. He's been training in the Coast Guard for about a year and would recommend any young adult who needs help to turn to City House.
This is an amazing program. They give you a place to live, food to eat, and they help you with your career and school. It was an abusive pattern at home, so I had to leave because I didn't feel safe. But I don't feel that way anymore.
One day, as the kids were finishing up dinner at City House, most left and went outside to play, leaving a volunteer and I sitting alone with the newly arrived boy and his little sister. Like most kids who come to City House, they had been severely abused and neglected their whole lives, but amazingly held on to happiness any way they could. The boy was having fun with his food, telling the volunteer tall tales about his turkey, and really just enjoying his meal. The girl was smiling at me, so I asked her if she liked her food. She smiled even brighter and said, "I love the food here. We get to eat all the time." It wasn't until later that I realized she wasn't telling me she liked the menu. Before City House, she and her brother would go for days without getting to eat. She was just happy to finally get to eat every day. Or in her words, all the time.
Thank you for supporting our mission to protect, empower, and transform the lives of our children. Every child deserves a safe place to call home. And with your help, they will.